Elementary Kindergarten crew, and I'm Jackie Evans. Rebecca.
Strickland. Jennifer Sowers. Jessica Wuschlager. Jennifer Phipps.
And what we're going to do is to just present to you our numbers at night, math activities. It was things that we did for our parents and our students one night for math, in which we wanted to make math to be more relevant to them, you know, to their everyday living, and we wanted parents to feel comfortable with children and dealing with the children about math and math activities. So we each took a math strand, and we all came up with different activities to do for each math strand, and we're going to start off with Ms. Jennifer.
Me and Ms. Wuschlager, we had algebra and geometry, and basically my activity was trying to get them to understand sorting and classifying. And this was a smart board activity that we had the students actually that came that night come up and participate in. In the first row, they had to look at those 3 pictures and figure out which picture doesn't belong, and then they had to say why it didn't belong. And it kind of got parents to understand that the students can't just say it doesn't belong because, you know, it's not the same. Well, why is it not the same? They had to go more in depth and describe why. So it got also in talking about likenesses and differences, as well as the classifying aspect. So that was basically that. And then we went into saying that even at home, when you're talking about sorting and classifying, they could help sort the laundry, or when you're doing, you know, dishes or setting the table, different ways that you can sort and even, you know, add that into your daily routine that way.
All right, and then my portion of it, I kind of gave them more like when it's dinner time and you're sitting down. Okay, we've got 2 boxes of pizza out, or pizza. What's different? And kind of let the kid, or I'm sorry, this one's what's the same. And then let them kind of talk about, you know, what's the same with these 2 pieces, and then show them the same thing and now what's different, and have them explain. This, the next one, this one right here was difficult, and we actually had the kids do it because they were like, but they're the same thing. They both had the same noodles. They both had the same sauce. And we're like, but look closely. And then they started picking out, like, if you're, you know, doing dinner with your kids, leaving a fork's missing. You know, they have the same color plate, but, you know, the fork's missing. So just little things for them to catch up on. And, sorry, that's a different one. And then the same thing with, like, you know, just other food, just setting one person's plate different and have them tell you why, or what's the same with everybody's stuff. Sorry, I combined them. All right, that's it for ours.
Are you going to say? Like some differences. Sorry.
I was listening, guys. No, seriously. I've been torn all out, you know, all out of the frame because I had to stand up in front of people. So just bear with me. I told my husband last night, I'm like, honey, I'm so nervous. He's like, you stand up there for 5 minutes, Rebecca, take a chill. Before I get fired for shaking my booty in front of the camera, you have to delete it.
We're going to get that. That's great.
Okay, guys. You're probably wondering why I'm holding up these 2 sticks with silly looking. Actually, it's called the Monster Squeeze game, but they're dragons to me, but you can call them whatever you want. And I thought, oh, this is a good week to do this game because it's the Chinese New Year. So you can incorporate the dragons. But anyway, that was just a little added little tidbit. But this game is really for numeration, so you can do a lot with numbers, and you can even do it with your alphabet as well. But what it is it's a number line, and there's a handout. Actually, there's all the pieces, because you can send it home with your kids, and they can play it at home too. So you have your 2 dragons, or your monsters, and then you have a number line to 10, and then you have a blank one. You can go up to 20, and you can actually go up to 30, since that's what our expectations are by the end of kindergarten. So basically what this game is it helps build math vocabulary: more than, less than, bigger, smaller, before, after. It's good for sequencing numbers, identifying numbers, and you can also play missing number. You can use the dragon to cover up a number, and then the students have to guess what number you're covering up. And it also helps with problem-solving skills and listening skills. And we're going to do a little demonstration. This is for Jennifer and I. So what you do is you hold I'm short, so I don't know if this is fair.
I'm gonna click on it too.
And it reminds me of the alligators, greater than and less than, but you have the two dragons. So what you do is you tell the children, I'm going to think of a number, okay? And so I'm thinking of a number, and it has to be between. I would start off with 1 and 10, but we use the, to progress with the parents. Now that they have mastered 1 through 10, now we're going to go 1 to 20. But we'll do 1 to 10. So I'm thinking of a number between 1 and 10, and okay, I got it. So then you, my boys and girls, would have to start guessing. Does anyone have a guess?
6. Is it less than 5?
Okay. So then we...
She's AIG. She's asking questions.
See? Isn't this engaging?
I heard 6.
Okay, 6. So what Mrs. or Jessica would do, first name basis, okay. What Jessica would do is I would say, no, it's less than 6. So the dragon would go over 6. Okay. And so I'd say, okay, boys and girls, now it has to be a number in between the two dragons. And also Jessica could say, I'm eating the numbers. She ate all those, she ate 10, 9, 8, 7. Okay. So it can't be a number, or you could delete it.
The kids like going up and helping them.
Yeah. Okay. Another guess?
3.
Oh, it's
The number 7.
smaller or less than 3. So she's eaten. Okay. Now you're left with 2.
The number of wheels of a bicycle.
As an even or odd? Even. Ooh.
It's even. So you could also,
You can partner dance.
play which number am I covering up, and then you can also mix up all the numbers on the number line and have them sequence. There's tons of things that you
You can
can
cover
do.
up one number, like if you have 11 through 20, if I covered up number 15, they'd have to guess what number's missing.
That's good.
And we were also thinking,
So it's good for their problem, solving skills too. And before and after, like on our math quarterlies, how they have to say with the seasons and the months, days of the week, like which season comes before winter. It's hard. So this is a good activity to do with them.
we did it for math that night using numbers, but Rebecca and I got to talking later. We could also do it with the alphabet, like have capital letters. I'm thinking of a letter and have them choose, well, it comes after B, but before Q, and cover up that way and do the same thing with the lowercase letters. Or I'm thinking, of a word that begins with a certain letter and it has curves in it and straight lines, and have to sort of guess which letter it is. Make them look at the shape of the letters.
And you can change out your monsters. You know how kids like, scary things. Yeah. But I don't understand why it's called the Monster Squeeze game. Actually, I got this game when I was student teaching, and I was like, but they're
Your
drowning.
numbers in. You're squeezing.
Well,
your
I know
berries.
why it's called the squeeze game, but the monster thing. It's like the dragon squeeze game. I'm like, are you scared? They're like,
Good boa constrictor, they like to squeeze things.
okay, I'm being quiet.
The math strand I had was measurement. And measurement, it always seems so foreign to parents. So as they came into the room and sat down, I had the board filled with nothing but different measurement words and terms. And I had 2 long tables, and I didn't bring it with me. But I had 2 long tables of things that parents could actually use at home to help to show kids measurement. I had cups, I had spoons, I had forks, I had gallon jugs, I had baggies. Anything that could show measurement. The table was full of the scale, a thermometer, a clock, a calendar. And we also talked about not just measuring objects, but measuring things such as time, measuring things such as degrees. And all these things were right there in their house. And they were amazed that actually, they said, we never thought about it. We never thought about teaching our children just from the very things that they had at home. And we also did, during measurement, we had an activity in Education City that we did that also talked about measurement. But it was real good. the parents felt much more comfortable talking about measurement. We also showed them how to non-standard measurement as well as standard measurements, just measuring things other than using a ruler. Using string or using anything you have at home to help measure things, paper clips, So we talked about many things, and they felt actually a lot more comfortable when they got, as we were talking about the different things you can use for measurement.